Dear viewers, welcome to the Beyond the Banking Hall program, an opportunity that gives thought leaders, leaders in the banking industry to share their views and perspectives about matters that are important to the banking industry. And today on the program, we're honored to have the Chief Executive of Stanbic Bank, Tanzania, Mr. Manzi Rwegasira. Mr. Manzi Rwegasira, welcome to the program.
Asante sana, Dan. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you very much. You've been a leader in the financial sector here in Tanzania and maybe beyond Tanzania for quite some time. Would you use this opportunity to share a bit of your background, your leadership journey?
Started my career straight after university and was an analyst at an investment bank in the UK, in London. I came up the ranks in finance, doing a lot of the nitty-gritty technical stuff, spending a lot of time doing Excel models, making presentations, analyzing sectors. That's really the background which I had in terms of investment banking. I left the UK to come back to Tanzania, started my own small business for a few years, did that for a bit. Was okay in terms of success, but not great. Ended up finding my way back into banking, where I joined the NMB Bank. And there I was head of investor relations and strategy. And they created a team there, a small team of individuals focused on helping the bank develop a strategy and also deal with investors. I think what I learned from that experience, but also the experience in terms of doing my own fintech business with some partners, is you can never really do a lot of things alone. Being a leader is really about creating a team, having the right people around you. No one person has all the answers. We can't have all the answers for everything, but what we can do is make sure that we have at least the right skill sets, the right experiences, the right personalities in place to help you achieve what you want to achieve. So maybe that's one of the first sort of lessons that I learned in my early part of my career, and it was critical in my leadership journey. I think something else which is very, very important that I picked up is to be a good leader, you need to be very steadfast. I have a lot of confidence and determination. Confidence, but not arrogance. Confidence that you'll be able to maybe overcome challenges and deal with them, because as a leader, you're looked upon to provide surety, to calm things down. So for you have to be able to be confident that you'll be able to resolve issues. If not you yourself, you and the team will be able to resolve issues. I think that's very, very important, but not arrogance. And there's a thin line there. If one becomes overly confident and borders on the line of arrogance, you can shut off good advice from people. You can make a mistake of just listening to your own advice and not getting good inputs from those around you. And I think that's where sometimes leaders really fail when they become too self-absorbed and start believing that they know everything. Another key thing that I think I've picked up upon about leadership is really, it's not so much about you. It's really getting the best out of the people around you. And as a good leader, you try to lead by example. So what you try to espouse, the values you try to espouse, the spirit you want to create in the team or the organization that you lead, you really need to try to live by those examples. When you have kids, kids may not listen to what you say, but certainly look and copy what you do. So you need to be able to lead by example, exhibit the right behaviors, the right conduct, and don't expect others what you cannot do yourself, per se. Yeah. I think that's kind of the philosophy that I have when it comes to leadership. But overall, I think the key things, confidence, thinking about others, getting the right skills and the right people around you, and just leading by example. Those are probably like the key values and leadership traits that I've picked up over the years.
So now at the top of one of the best performing banks, one of the biggest banks in the market, how do you keep inspiring your teams? Because we are living such a competitive, we are operating in such a competitive market. How do you keep your staff, the people you work with, motivated and inspired to deliver and make Stanbic more competitive in the market?
That's a great question, Dan. I think what we've been able to achieve the last 2.5, 3 years has been great. From where we were in the beginning of 2022, coming off a very rough period for the sector, but also for us as a bank, we've come a long way. The bank has grown in terms of profitability about 4.5 times, at least from where we were. We have grown our market share. We have been involved in some of the most important transactions in this economy over the last couple of years, and we've been very innovative in some of the solutions that we provided our clients. We're very proud of what we've been able to do. I personally am very proud of the team, the banking staff, everything they've been able to do and achieve. What keeps us going is that we firmly believe that Tanzania is our home and we drive our growth. We believe in the role that we play in the economy. We believe that the importance of what banks such as us can do to help drive economic development, help improve socioeconomic welfare of people. And I try to make sure that the people, the team, the staff, they know what they're doing. What they do is important, that it makes a difference. And I think that keeps people going. Of course, you have to take care of people as well, ensure that the employee value proposition, as we call it, is competitive. It's good. People are paid well. People feel that they're valued. You try to sort of make sure that they're comfortable at the workplace. Those are must-haves, and we try our best to deliver on that. But I think what keeps everyone here going, and what keeps us motivated to keep on striving, whether you're a teller, whether you're coming in as an intern, whether you're a graduate, or whether you're sitting in the C-suite, is that we believe in what we do. We believe in our company's mission, which is really to drive Tanzania's growth and serve our clients.
What's your perspective on the current status of the market, borrowing on the experience that the bank has in Africa at large?
I think the Tanzanian financial markets are really burgeoning. As I mentioned previously, we're coming off a time maybe 4 or 5 years ago where coming off the back of COVID, market sentiments maybe were not very positive. There was probably not a lot of confidence about the future, the direction. Things have changed remarkably in the last few years. The market dynamics have become more buoyant. We're seeing a lot more activity in the capital markets. I'm very proud that us, Stanbic Bank Tanzania, and our corporate investment banking team have been spearheading that renaissance, if you can call it that, of the financial markets. If you can see it in the bond issuances that have come to market in the last couple of years, we've been part of the majority of them, behind the scenes, doing them for clients, in terms of helping them raise financing. And it plays a very important role because the financing that we're raising is really to help companies grow. Yeah. It's also help the companies and the country transition to green energy, renewable energy. So we're party of some of the innovative fundraising that's been taking place. Taking advantage of the opportunities that we see in green financing, green bonds. We've been doing those things for our clients behind the scenes. So that shows that the way the market is evolving is growing, it's improving. There's more interest from market participants than there ever was before, not just large institutions like pension funds or insurance companies, but also individual investors. We see that from the questions that we get from clients and our customers. They're looking for investment opportunities beyond your typical maybe fixed deposits and so forth, looking for new products that they can help create and build their wealth. So the combination of improved confidence in the outlook of the economy, of the country, the fact that there's a lot more information now, and that's something else that I'm very proud of. Not only have we been spearheading, on the corporate side, some of the developments you're seeing in the capital markets, but we've also been educating our customers and educating the broader market. We have something that we call the Financial Fitness Academy. It started in-house in terms of training our own staff about how do you manage your money, how do you create wealth, but we've taken that outside as well, and we're offering it to our customers, corporate customers, but also our retail customers as well. So I think where the financial markets has been, we've come a long way. There's still a lot more growth and opportunity that we see. And we're just very happy about the direction that things are going.
What makes Stanbic Bank more visible these days, we see quite a lot of initiative engaging the SMEs, the public in general. What's the motivation of the bank trying to reach out beyond the banking hall and try to add value to the society?
As I said, I think, we firmly believe that Tanzania is our home and we drive our growth. And the biggest opportunity that we see for Tanzania now and for the next few decades is really in growing the economy in the SME side of the business, of the economy, right? Your medium and small enterprises that employ, between 5 to 10 to 50 to 100 employees, those are the companies, those are the backbone of the economy. And we want to play a role in helping finance those companies, making sure that they have the right, financial facilities that they need to keep on growing, to make the investments that they need. And through those investments and growth, they'll be able to employ people and drive the economic growth. It's a massive opportunity. We've traditionally not been a big player in that segment, but we're making a very concerted effort now to get in there in a big way. So you will see that in us in terms of expanding our points of representation. We've opened up 5 branches this year alone, including in Kahama, Karatu, Zanzibar, another one in Dar es Salaam, in Gaeta as well. We're committed to that. We've also expanded our wakalas, our agency banking network. Now we're approaching about 1,000 agents across the board, and we'll continue doing that. You'll see our signs, physical signs on the roads. You'll see us on social media. We're really trying to drive home the message that, we're here to stay, and we have a very important role to play in this economy.
Banks are not just a financial institution, they are key players in, the world scope social economic development agenda of this country. How is technology playing a role in trying to make sure that we, as an industry, we can add value to the experience that customer have when using banking services?
I think technology can play a massive role in the delivery of financial services. We're seeing it every day in terms of how quickly the technological innovation is happening. Banking is increasingly going digital. It's increasingly going from maybe physical points to, on your phone, on the go, 24 hours a day. And us as Stanbic, we're determined to keep up with that pace, if not set the pace going forward. So we have an internet banking proposition. We also have our mobile banking app. At the same time, we haven't forgotten the physical points of representation. We have our banks, our branches, and our agents. But we're trying to make sure that we have a holistic, complete digital offering that is compelling and competitive to the market. And in the next several months, you'll see us rolling out a new product that's really catered to providing our clients, customers, retail and SME, with a really dynamic banking proposition where you'll be able to do a lot of things just straight from your phone, whether it's making bill payments, whether it's subscribing to services, whether it is applying for loans, those kind of things. You'll be able to do, even making investments, because that's the future. That's what customers are demanding. That's how we'll need to reach our customers going forward. So technology has a massive role to play in it. It's an enabler. It really dovetails very nicely into financial inclusion, which is also very, very important. It's something that we're certainly supporting. The only way we can help grow the economy, help grow or increase socio-economic development is to ensure that as many Tanzanians as possible are financially included. And how you reach them is probably through mobile, through digital. And that's why we want to make sure that we make the right strategic investments in that space. So we're very determined to drive that home.
I think one of the things that is an emerging scenario is the emergence of fintechs. What's the best approach you would recommend, or rather the model with which the partnership can happen between the banking industry and the fintech?
I think there's a lot of scope for opportunities. The opportunity size is massive in terms of the market that we can, cater to. Tanzania is about 64 million people. More than half are below the age of, 18. A lot of them are getting to a point where they'll still start needing financial services, and the best way to reach them is through mobile, it's digital. That's where people's lives are. So us as a bank, we may not have all the solutions in-house, but certainly we have the banking expertise, we have the credit risk management capabilities, we also have the capital. Where we can partner is with fintechs that have the technology, they have the development skills, but may not have the regulatory licenses, they may not have the capital they need to actually go out there in the market. And what we can do is partner with them. We have some good examples of us doing that in the last couple of years. There's a couple of fintechs that we've partnered with. One of them is called Ramani. They're very big, or they're becoming increasingly big in the inventory financing space. And these are the kind of collaborations that we're open to doing because we can utilize our customer base, our outreach capacity, and their technology to make real solutions for clients, whether it's retail, whether it's SME, or sometimes even corporate. So the opportunities are massive. I think it's incumbent on all parties, whether the banks or the fintechs, to look for really strategic partnerships that can, really drive things forward.
So there's in no way that, fintechs and MNOs are going to be our competitors, or are the competitors of the banks?
I think, co-opetition, I think is the term that they use, which is quasi-competition, quasi-cooperation. I think that's healthy, right? I don't think you need to be, one party should dominate the other. I think it's healthy. It's probably, end of the day, better for customers. It will drive innovation, hopefully lower prices. So it's welcome from my perspective.
Yeah. Now let's speak a little bit about the role of education and what Stanbic Bank would want to venture into in terms of expanding to making Tanzanians financially educated.
Yeah. Financial literacy is very, very important to us. Alongside financial inclusion is ensuring that people are financially literate. And it's something that we are very serious about. So we offer, as mentioned before, something called the Financial Fitness Academy. It started in-house, training our own staff, on how to manage their money, right? How do you manage a household budget? How do you set for yourself financial targets, and how do you go about trying to achieve them? What are the investment options that one has, and how do you, weigh up risks versus return? Those are concepts which everyone needs to learn. And sometimes maybe we don't focus enough about those at school. So you could be an adult, you could be earning your first paycheck, but you may not have that basic understanding. So we've taken that sort of curriculum that we've created for our staff, and we're bringing it out to the market. We're offering it to our customers in SMEs and corporates, and also on the retail side. And we want to help do that and drive that, to beyond. So we're happy to partner with third parties to deliver that. I think it's very, very important. Part of how you create a financially included and literate citizenry. I think that's very, very important.
I want you to talk a bit about some of the interventions that Stanbic Bank has been doing, serving the underserved communities, the women, youth, and people with disabilities. Is the core or financial inclusion, if we are to achieve it. What you call Stanbic Biashara Incubator? What has been the role? What has been the success of this particular intervention?
The Stanbic Biashara Incubator is something that I'm personally very, very proud of. It's an initiative that we borrowed from our sister organization in Uganda a few years ago. Initially, the mission of the incubator was to help prepare SMEs so that they're able to participate in the large government tenders that have been coming up. So when you have big projects, for example, EACOP, the East Africa Crude Oil Pipeline, you will have large international players doing a lot of the work, but then there'll be maybe a third or so percent of the entire project, which is designated for local content, local corporates. So the question is, how do we help prepare those local corporates so they can actually win those tenders. We've realized, in various markets, but in Tanzania included as well, that oftentimes, the corporates, they may not lack the skills, but they may lack the knowledge, the awareness on how to actually tender, right? How do you tender for an international project dealing with more large global companies? Are you able to actually do that to an international standard? Are you able to prepare your financial statements? Are you able to present and articulate your point in those engagements and win those tenders? So the incubator was created to help local companies prepare themselves to go out there and win. And we've done that very, very successfully. We've had 3 cohorts at least so far since we started the program in Tanzania in 2022, 2023. The first cohort, we had winners there who won, one of the biggest winners from that class won a tender for $7 million for the crude oil pipeline project here in Tanzania. That was a massive tender. There have been other, participants that have gone through the program winning other tenders as part of that project, but also just really upskilling themselves as business people. So the people who we target, or people, it's open to small business owners, women, men, experienced business owners as well. It's really about upskilling. It's really about learning what do you not know about running a business, managing your finances, how do you put in place some best practices in terms of employees, hiring employees, taking care of employees, various aspects of running a business. And it shows our commitment to helping develop the local economy. It shows our commitment to helping develop the SME segment of this economy, and it really speaks to what we want to drive, which is we're more than just a bank. We're a partner. We play an active, positive role in the community in which we're in. Alongside the upskilling that we've done for the business owners, we're also partnered with the Bank of Tanzania on a financial education, a financial literacy program. So to be able to share that knowledge, you have to be certified by the Bank of Tanzania. So we have certified financial educators. I think we've had our second cohort, so I think we have at least 30 to 40 individuals who are qualified by BOT to give financial advice, to teach people about financial literacy and the like. And we combine that, teaching business owners how to set up their businesses and run them, but also how to manage their finances on a personal level as well. It's something that we'll continue doing. We're happy to partner with other banks, other institutions to help drive that. And it's something that we think over time will have a big impact and a positive impact on the economy.
Yes, we have discussed about technology, and much as it brings opportunities, but it also poses some risks, particularly to the final consumers, and obviously to the service providers, the banks. How do you maneuver around it, and how do you resolve some of these associated risks to ensure that service is still enjoyed and less complaints from the customers?
No, thank you, Dan. Look, first and foremost, I think for our customers, the safety of their funds, the security of their financial well-being is paramount above everything. That's our fiduciary duty as bankers to make sure that our customers' money, their deposits, are protected, physically, digitally, in any shape or form. So as much as we want to make our customers' lives convenient, and certainly, as mentioned before, digital is the way things are, and they'll continue being so. We always want to make sure that we do that, making sure that we've protected our customers from the risks of financial fraud, cyber crime, or even just technical glitches that happen from time to time that could disrupt our clients' ability to manage their money. So we do this very, very carefully with a very clear focus on ensuring that customers' funds are safe and customers' lives are made, easy and protected. Whether we're upgrading our apps or systems, we do so making sure that we have tested things numerous times.
The bank has been in operation for the past 30 years. You're celebrating 30 years this year. Looking forward, what will be the future of Stanbic Bank in Tanzania? What's your perspective on the future of banking industry in Tanzania in the next 10 years, 15 years down the line?
First and foremost, I want to thank, we're very proud to reach 30 years in this country. I want to thank, the staff that have been with this part of this journey for the past 30 years. A few staff members were here 30 years ago when the bank, opened up its doors. Others have come and gone. But what we've been able to achieve really in that 30 years is really, I think, and we're happy about, the impact we've had, on our customers, our clients, and our own staff, the livelihoods that we've created. It's significant. The value that we've brought back to the society through serving our clients, but also through paying taxes, also through the CSI, corporate social responsibility initiatives that we've, done over the last 30 years has been immense. And we're very, very proud about that. But we also look forward, what's happening in the next 10, 15, hopefully 30 years. And we look forward with a lot of confidence because we're very optimistic about the future of this country. The banking sector will continue to grow. The banking sector will continue to play a very vital role in the socioeconomic development of this country. The opportunities that we have are immense. The blessings that this country has are immense. Its population, geographic location, its minerals, the love that Tanzanians have, for this country is immense. And we want to really play our parts in that to make sure that we're able to bring people together. We're able to help people finance their financial dreams and objectives, whether you're a small business owner, a manager in a large corporate, or you're just a normal customer. We want to be a place for you. And want to be able to be the place that you feel comfortable with as your financial partner. So we're thankful for everything we've had for the last 30 years. We look forward with a lot of confidence for the next 15, 20, 30 years forward. And we're here to stay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manzi. I think from the last note you have just shared, that's the true definition of Beyond the Banking Hall program and the essence of this program. We really thank you for giving us this opportunity. We have talked about financial inclusion, technology and innovation. We've talked about sustainable finance. We've touched about financial inclusion spent some time talking about financial inclusion. Thank you so much. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.